Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is Robin with Stamp with Dr. Robin. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in what is sunny today, Southern California and San Diego. Oh my gosh, we've been having a heat wave with Santa Ana's and got up into the 90s this week, and thank goodness today it's calmer and a little bit cooler, but this is too hot for November. I know some of you are It's freezing already wherever you are, and maybe in the Northeast, but this is too hot for November. I'm ready for fall. So in honor of that, we are going to be making a nice wintry card today, using our Peaceful Deer, little deer, and different stamp set for some sentiments, but it's going to be really sparkly. I was in the mood for sparkly and black, which is an unusual thing for a holiday card, but you know, I like to make some that are just not traditional colors. So I wanted to bring you up today on a whole bunch of Stampin' Up! News. First thing is, I know we talked about this last week, great time to be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator or start as a demonstrator, because instead of the kit to start costing you $99 for $125 worth of supplies, now it's $75, so you're getting, what is that, $24 off, which is a great deal. Also going on at my house, if you're in the area, this weekend is my holiday card buffet, and this is one of the cards that you can make if you come over. I also have a few spots left for my Peaceful Deer at home class. Hey Lisa, thanks for signing on. Telling them about my deer class and my holiday card buffet this weekend. And then the other big news is tomorrow, so that's Tuesday the 16th, Wednesday, Thursday, 3 days only. There's going to be a big Stampin' Up! Sale, and this is probably their one big sale instead of having something. Having something like for Black Friday. They usually do it a little before. So I'm not expecting anything else or at least they haven't told us about anything else for Black Friday. So this is it. So the sale for those 3 days, starting tomorrow, is 10% off cardstock, 15% off ink, individual inks, not the bundles, and only the Stampin' Up! Ink, and 20% off all dies. So that's a great deal. So and you can combine that if you join up as a demo, you can get these discount prices. So your demo order even counts for more. So I'm gonna put you down for a sec, turn you down, because I wanted just to go over some what I think are great buys and kind of overlooked things for some of our dies. So I really think that would be something for you to watch out for. So hold on a sec, gonna put you down. All right, oops. Hopefully that's good, because I can't seem to get back on my Stampin'. Ooh. There we go. So move you out just a little. Do we want to do that? Anyway, so these are some dies that I thought work just really great by themselves, not necessarily, that you need a stamp set to match. This one, the Scallop Contours dies, I love all these dies for card fronts. You've got ones that work real well, like the two smaller ones for putting in sentiments. These two go with things from the stamp set, but like I said, you don't really need the stamp. Oh, and this one is great as an edge piece. So these are just some ideas that I have of things get separate for 20% off. The Hippos and Friends, I don't even own the stamp set, but I just wanted these dies to use as labels. So that's why I got it. I got it separately. I didn't get 20% off. And actually, well, I did as a demonstrator, but the 20% off if you're a demonstrator, it's on top of it, on top of that demonstrator. Ornate Style, another one. I'd say I use this die most of the time when I'm using this die set. Just fits really well on the front of a card. The Stitch So Sweetly, I don't know, this kind of goes on the all-time list. See, it doesn't, the set it went with, it's not even in our catalog anymore. Had sentiments that fit in here, but pretty much you can use these for any sentiment. The basic border dies. These are great for using on card edges. You could make, you know, clouds out of this one, and it just kind of spices things up. Again, this one is an overlooked one in the annual catalog because it doesn't go with anything. And these are all from, by the way, from the annual catalog. The dies from the mini June through December, those are not on sale. The tailor-made tags, another one that's a great addition. You know, you can, there's 2 different kinds of edges, and you can layer them up. So, you know, a solid, then put your sentiment here, and layer them up, or use them individually. Another one that doesn't have a set that stamp set that goes with it. And not to be forgotten is our playful alphabet. So, you know, obviously with these letters, you can make any saying you want. They look really nice if you stack some of the cutouts together, and that way they get, you know, even taller and more pronounced. So that's, oh, and one that we're going to use today, which is, I would think, a staple if you don't have it already, the layering circles. And so I think we're using this one, the second to largest one. The cool thing about these, oops, is that they all layer with the, I guess it'll be easier to show you like this, with the scallops. So there's a scallop one and a round one, and you can just all keep layering them. So you could have your sentiment here, and then just a little color or foil or something sticking out from behind. Okay, so this is the card that we're making today. Remember I told you we were going to do something in an unusual and different color, not your usual red and greens. I wanted to use black, and I wanted it sparkly. So I don't know if you can see the DSP in the back. I'll show you a little bit more of that in a minute. The sparkly black glittered organza ribbon. There we go. That's kind of a mouthful. And that's sparkly, and then we have the embossed sentiment on here. So everything sparkles on here. So to start with, I wanted to show you the paper. So this is your Peaceful Place DSP, and hopefully you can see it. This is the piece that I actually use, just the top half. And then, well, I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing with the bottom half. But see, the bottom half has the trees, and everybody thinks about using the trees. What am I going to do for the top half? I actually think the top half is beautiful. And hopefully you can see that there is silver foiling in this paper. And another one with the pretty trees. Oops, that's the same one. Another one with snowflakes. I'll show you the backs in a second. Another one with, can you see the foil in that? Kind of looks like wood. Another, I don't know what this was supposed to look like. I don't know, to me it kind of looks like a rain on the window a little bit, but silver and sparkly. And all of them have like the basic gray in the back. This is probably my favorite one. So you would cut it down here, cut a little bit of the bottom off. Can you see that, how sparkly it is? And then the other sides of these are a little bit more plain. So this you could use for anything. This, you got your little cabins, trees. You could cut out a row of trees and use that on a card. Love the buffalo check in the basic gray. These are kind of abstract-y trees, I guess. And then last one, which is the back of the one we're using today, is just a pretty neutral background piece. So you can see these go far beyond use for holidays too. Oh, are you guys noticing this grid paper? So this past weekend, I attended On Stage at Home, which is, if you're a demonstrator, you get to go to these little classes and such. And so that's what I did this weekend. And part of the, I don't know, gifts with going was this pretty grid paper. All right, so we are going to start our card here. And, oops, I am not having my, oh gosh. There we go. Need my little pad for stamping. So, first thing I'm going to stamp, I think, is actually the inside of my card. And for that, I'm going to use some black ink, because remember this is a black and white and gray card, and just stamp some of these little snowflakes that are in our little stamp set that we're using. Did I show you the stamp set we're using? Because I'm not using the stamp set that came with the deer. I'm actually using the Snowman season stamp set, not using the snowman at all, just using the sentiments and these little snowflakes. And so let's get a sentiment for the inside. It says, hoping the season builds heartwarming memories. Pretty. And then, so that's it for the inside of our card. And now we are going to make our, let's put that aside, our piece for the sentiment, for the Merry Christmas. And that's actually going to be embossed. And I don't know why, but we don't have embossing buddies anymore. That takes the fingerprints off, and it makes so that the embossing powder doesn't stick in little places that you don't want it. Hi Beatrice, hi Sandy. Hi, I got 3 whole people today, yay. Okay, so I'm gonna ink it up well with our Versamark. Stamp it firmly, hopefully straight. Can't even see it now to tell if it's straight or anything. So, as I've showed you guys before, I just keep my embossing powder in a little Dollar Tree thing so that I don't have to worry about having difficulty putting it back. Tap it a little bit. Now see how very little has stuck around it. Black is notorious for having, you know, things stick that you don't want. So I see down here just a few little stray, and this is an old water painter, and that's what I use to get the excess off. Here in the background, my heat gun going. Sorry about that. It was pointed at a water bottle. That's why it was really making some noise. And I don't know about you, but the first time I saw embossing, I just thought my life was complete. When you see how it just changes color like that, or changes, not color, but just shape and everything. And some people will go like this and heat the back up a little bit to help kind of straighten that out. But that's it for our stamping and everything. Okay, so now let's put our card together. All right, so this says an 8.5 by 5.5 card. It is scored at 4 1/4. Little pieces of embossing powder. Oh, I think I forgot to show you. That didn't score very well. Let's burnish it a little bit better. Stay down. There we go. And then we can put our inside piece in. And let's just run out of glue. Being a good stamper, always have extra. I kind of knew I was getting towards the end, but, and of course figured it was probably going to run out when you guys were watching. All right. Okay, so the next piece on here is, I don't even know if you can see this, but this is a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 black, and I embossed it with the Tasteful Textile 3D embossing folder. This is a great for like just to give your background a little more oomph than it otherwise had. So you could put this on, I suppose, with some dimensionals, but I want to make sure I can get this through the nail, so I try not to do too many dimensional layers. Okay, so next layer is that lovely DSP, and that was, gosh, that's pretty in the back, isn't it? That's 3 by 5 1/4. And that's pretty much going in the middle of that embossed piece. And you'll notice there is a little, you know, bit top and bottom. Okay, so then we'll do our little part in the middle. So for that we have a piece of vellum. It just softens your background a little bit, gives this little bit more place to stand out. The important thing with vellum is you have to watch when you are attaching it to something. If you put too much glue, I usually use just either little teeny dots of glue or little teeny glue dots on here to attach, because otherwise you can see through it. And try to put whatever you're going to put on top of it on first, and then put whatever your adhesives are hidden behind there. So what are we going to put on top of there? Well, we have one of these beautiful snowflakes, and the snowflakes are glitter, you know, shiny on one side. We're going to use that. But the cool thing about the matte side is that you can use that and color it, like with a blends or with just, you know, your ink pad. So really these snowflakes can be any color you want. And then I used our handy dandy little deer builder punch, and I punched him out with the black glittered paper. I don't know if you guys noticed this. This was another something. It's kind of, you can see it better here. It's kind of hidden with all the Halloween stuff, but who says black is just for Halloween? So it's very, very glittery in person. And then another thing, I don't know if you guys have any of, and actually I've had these for a while, this is the first time I'm using them. Did you know we have black dimensionals? And this is like the absolute perfect time to use a black dimensional, because look from the side, you can't, especially when you take this off. Look how well that's hidden with the black. So again, this is in the annual catalog. So I want this coming right out of his head. So we'll put that on like that. Okay, so remember, so look at how you can't see those dimensionals. Can you guys, am I showing this? How they're hidden because they're black. Very cool. Okay, so remember I said we're going to try to hide underneath the glue or whatever we're using. I said I wanted to use glue dots so that you really just don't, these are the kind that are coming off the other way. So we'll definitely put one in the middle, and then we'll put one under his head because you won't be able to see that, and another one under his leg here. Another one kind of at this end under his tail. I kind of smushed that a little so that it's not going to stick out too much. And then we'll put one way over here by his foot. Okay, so now see how you can't see anything behind there. That's kind of what you want. And I'm okay with things like this, you know, not being totally glued down. I kind of want a little bit of, you know, I don't want it to fall off, but you want a little bit of movement here. And then we're going to take our black, let's see if I can say this again, black glittered organdy ribbon. This is a piece about 16 inches long. And this one is not honestly the easiest to tie in a bow, so it's really quite easier to tie it in a knot here than a bow. It's a little stiff. It's not real soft ribbon, but I was into the glitter today. Glimmer and glitter. I just love how glittery it is. I actually used it all up. I think this is the second spool of it that I've used up. And then we've got our Merry Christmas. And I think I made this a little long. Yeah, I think I'm going to cut it down a little bit. That's a little easier to work with. And back to our new favorite, black dimensionals. Do you guys have black dimensionals? Lisa, you got black dimensionals? Or is it just me who had them sitting on her desk and totally forgot about them? All right, a little Merry Christmas down here. And I think we're done, except I realized we need to decorate this envelope because, as our founder Shelley reminded us, we cannot have naked envelopes. So we need to get a little, where's my, I'm just gonna put a little bit of snow on my envelope. I don't know, black snow, that's probably not good. That's when it gets all icy or icky or whatever, but in this case it's just elegant today. So there we have it, our little black reindeer, and you know, you could spruce it up even more if you wanted to throw some more rhinestones on or whatever makes it even more glittery, because you can never have too much glittery in my world. So hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to pull you back up here, so close your eyes. Okay, hoping you guys are making your list for tomorrow for some ink and for some cardstock and such. Hey, Lori Steyer. Haven't talked to you in forever, but hopefully you're doing well. If anybody places an order and uses my my code, and I'll put this at the top, I guess, when I'm all done, and places an order for $75, I will send you some red rhinestones. So if you use my host code, I will send you red rhinestones in the mail. So hopefully you guys are going to have a great week and take advantage of the sale. I'm already making my list. And wonder if you can use it for inkers. Re-inkers, I don't think so, Lisa. You can also probably not use it on the Memento or the Versamark because they said specifically Stampin' Up! Inks, and you cannot use it on a bundle. So the bundles of 10 you can't do either. But we'll find out tomorrow when we go to try to put in orders and see. Certainly I'd give it a try. Let me know if you find out you can do it for re-inkers. And I'm pretty sure you can't do it for like pens or anything like that either. It's really just for ink. So have a good day, everybody. I'll see you next week, next Monday at 1 Pacific time. Take care. Bye.